Our Sunday morning breakfast is sausage and biscuits gravy made easy, and that's what we're going to do today. Jimmy Dean sausage. I've tried others, but I don't care for them, the Smithfield and whatnot. They're a good flavor, I just don't like the way that they break down. The Jimmy Dean sausage will come to a nice crumbly sausage material, and that mixes in good with the gravy when we put it on the biscuits. I've tried a lot of different kinds of gravy to go quick. Instead of making it myself, I really like this Pioneer Country sausage flavor gravy mix. So we're going to need one of them. And then a can of Grand's Flaky Layer biscuits. You can use whatever type you like, but I like the Flaky Layer. So to get these started, we're going to start cooking the sausage. And we're just going to open that up on one end. This batch will take, if you have 2 packets of gravy and 1 tube of sausage, that will do a whole tube of biscuits. I ran short. For some reason, I only have 1 package of gravy this weekend. So that's going to take about a half a tube of the sausage to mix with it. And we're going to use about half the biscuits. So we'll get the sausage cooking. I just roll that off and then squeeze it right out. We'll just let that cook up. We'll start on the biscuit mix. On the back of the package, it calls for 1.5 cups boiling water. This is where I cheat a little bit. 3/4 of a cup of water, 3/4 of a cup of milk, and then 1/2 cup to whisk this into to get all the clumps out before we put it in the boiling water. We'll get that boiling. We'll start whisking this up so it's setting up. And then we'll get our biscuits going all at the same time. So to open these little buggers, find the little tab. Peel the paper off. And it will bust open. I'm going to put mine on a baking sheet with a silicone mat. I like the silicone mat. They don't stick on there. They clean up easy. So these silicone mats you can find on Amazon too. I'll leave a link down below. I really like them a lot. Just the time I save cleaning up, and these biscuits when we're done, you'll see they just roll right off this. There's no spraying, there's no adding nothing. So 350 degrees in the oven for about 15 minutes, but keep an eye on it, depending on your oven. It could be more, it could be less. When they are golden brown, they are done. So the sausage is cooked halfway through-ish. I'm going to flip it because I don't want it to burn. If it gets that burnt on, it doesn't crumple up and flake easily. So we'll let that cook down a little bit, and then I'm going to start chopping that into little tiny pieces so we can get it mixed in with the gravy. So the sausage is cooking and the water and milk is boiling up for the biscuits. So we'll get the gravy mix going. Just whisk that in there slowly. If you add it all at once, you're going to get clumps in it. It should be really thick. Because you're just making a really condensed gravy right now. But if you don't do it this way and whisk it all up, you're going to get clumps in your gravies. You can use a fork for this, but a whisk does work nice. When the water gets boiling up, we'll slowly add this in and whisk it in and start turning it. The sausage isn't all the way cooked, but that's the way I want it right now. It's probably half cooked. So I'm just gonna go through and start chopping this up into little tiny pieces. The Jimmy Dean's the only one that will do this. All the rest of them really fight. I've tried others that I've had to do this with a knife, but the Jimmy Dean crumbles up really nice. And you can keep working that till it's really small. I'm gonna leave half of this out for the boys for breakfast. You can see all that sausage crumbled up really good. It's really fine. We'll just let that sit aside and cook off a little bit more. This one's practically done. And if you don't want to get in trouble from your wife, make sure you use the splatter screen when you're cooking, baking a hamburger, sausage. This one's pretty good size. It's got really fine mesh in it. And I'll leave a link to this one. You can find these on Amazon too. Well worth it. You don't get fat splatter everywhere. So my milk is starting to come to a boil. So I'm going to start adding all of this in. Now we'll just keep that moving till it thickens up. So this is the point where you're going to do the secret ingredient. And yeah, keep going. A lot of pepper. The biscuits and gravy down in the southern part of the country have a lot of pepper in it. And I really got to the point that I like them a lot down there, so I'm shooting for a really peppery biscuits and gravy. So that's starting to thicken up really good right now. So before it gets super thick, we're going to take the boys' sausage out. And then we're going to add our sausage right to this. Sausage fat and all, don't skimp on it. And then we'll mix all of that in. And it's really thickening up good. And we'll just let this simmer for a while. The longer it sits, the better it will be. All that sausage flavor will come right into the gravy. And so that is actually a done product right there. It's nice and thick. You don't want it too runny because you want it to be able to stay on your biscuits as they're cooking. And then we're going really good. When it's done, we'll come back. So biscuits are done. If you want to come in and take a look. Nice and golden brown all the way around. And that's just what we're looking for. So we're going to steal 2 of them. See how easy them come off there? Nice and easy. So the way to serve these up, split the biscuit in half. Lay them open face up. And then we'll take some of our sausage gravy that's been sitting for a while. And you can see mine has a really thick consistency. That milk really helps thicken it up. And then we'll serve it on a nice Chinette paper plate for everybody to enjoy.